Well, yeah, we're live, we're recording, we're here
we're recording
with
good.
the lovely Miss Natalie.
Doing a secret sound check.
Yeah, it's picking us up, we're good.
Yeah. And we're at Coffee Regular today.
Yeah.
And the coffee is amazing.
Yeah, we got new coffee.
Biker blend by...
Backroom Coffee.
Backroom Coffee.
Yeah, Brandon gave it to me yesterday.
Yes.
And it's good.
Yeah.
It is really good.
Yeah.
And there's the money tree.
And the money tree.
The money tree is here.
Raining money on
That's from
us
Brooke's
right now.
mom. Tremendous.
Huh.
But it takes a shitload of sunlight, so it's in a good spot. So, Mike has a banana tree at his house. That's overwhelming. It's massive.
Does it have bananas on it?
Yes,
It does this year.
It's unbelievable.
It's not really supposed to.
Can
this
you grow
place.
bananas in Ohio?
I can now.
He can,
I
evidently.
took a picture yesterday.
He can.
That's it. That's my daughter.
That's amazing. Oh, that's like a really gorgeous tree.
There's like 11 trees there.
Oh my god.
Here's the.
My plants are so sad. They're like, Mom, get it together.
But here, that's my nephew. But here.
Oh my gosh.
I got 2 flowers this year.
It's like Costa Rica in your backyard.
Yeah, but if you look in the back, see the bananas?
That is so crazy.
Yo.
I mean, I guess anything's possible now, right? I
Hey.
live in Ohio.
You know, you just gotta question the rules and see what you can get away with, I guess. Like, and shit's only really a problem if you get caught. So I mean,
I tell my kid all the time, we operate under a different set of rules.
Yeah.
Not that we break the rules; those rules don't apply to us.
yeah.
And we have a whole different set.
No wonder I'm here.
Yep. Right here.
Yeah.
And that's why like certain people like that get along. You know what I mean? I can only go so far with certain people who aren't willing to do certain things and like do certain ways of things.
Yep.
And definitely be outside of the box because like
God,
I don't think I have a box anymore.
This is like church. We're going to church today, even though it's Friday.
We're nature. Hey, we live in church. It's nature out here.
Amen.
I used to wake up to tires screeching and gunshots. Now I wake up to birds and horses whinnying. So I mean, the difference and the tangible offset of anxiety is incredible.
That is super peaceful for your little end of the parking lot right here, man. Like,
I think we got the best spot, like the corner spot.
I agree.
Yeah.
The corner spot here, ground floor.
Yeah.
I mean, I did move your mattress in over this.
Yeah, he just like freaking took it, hoisted it over, and just like yanked, and everyone's like, "What the fuck?" Like,
I felt like I pissed everybody off because I did it by myself.
No, they're just like, everyone's like surprised. We're like, "We're here for you, man!" Like,
I'm good. I don't need you.
you just blow out a gasket, drop an O-ring.
It's not that big.
But yeah,
come on.
Yeah, no, it's fine. But you know, it was a tremendous. That was like a massive come up for sure. Like it was.
Heck yeah.
Because like I mean, I purposely put myself in like a spot like that, and I was just like, you know, like it's what I could afford. It was sort of like my first like, this is the house that my jiu-jitsu built. Like this is my first thing, like my first place I could afford teaching. And, you know, it's shitty, but like, you know,
I felt like you moved into that old place with the intent of this will help me appreciate life.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And it absolutely did.
Yeah.
Well, so the place I lived before that didn't have dishwasher disposal. It was terrible. They found a body like in the field behind it, like 6 months before I moved in. Like no one told me until the neighbor told me like before I moved out, and I was like, Jesus, people, like help me out.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
So that made me appreciate things. And then this one, you know, I had a dishwasher, so I was like fucking sold.
Life changing.
Yeah. And it was on the 3rd floor, so I was like, fuck, cool, I'm perched up, I'm great.
Yeah.
And then Brooke moved in, and then, you know, then like quarantine happened, and like shit just started popping off. Like that's when all the mayhem ensued. Is like quarantine, it was summertime.
Yeah.
People started acting crazy.
Yeah.
Like no other. So we're like, we got to get out of here. And again, like my mom found this joint, and we're like, we like scanned over it, but we found it, and like as soon as we got here, it was it.
It really is a gem. Like I'm so loving the nature.
This is okay.
And this the space and everything. It really is.
And this building is new, so like no one has lived in it prior.
Yeah.
So I get to put my energy into it, and no one else's.
Yeah.
No one else's shit. Like,
Amen to that.
like, so.
You know what's funny? So where I live now, you know where I live is nice, and you know my theory. There's crazy people everywhere because there are.
There are. It does not matter where you go.
Come to my neighborhood. Yeah.
Crazy shit will happen everywhere.
But what's funny is, so I'm on Nextdoor, the app, just to kind of keep track of like safety stuff, like what do I need to know, what's going down, and I guess there was like this big swap bus, like in the beginning of June, like one street over, but same community. Okay. I won't mention the community. And and I was like, how did I miss all the cop cars and all the things? So at first I was like, oh my god, like drug bust, that was the thing. But I guess it was like this big, well, actually truck fraud that tied back to this area of town. Like I don't even know what the heck went on, but like windows were busted out. Like it was a whole thing.
Yeah, they're like, buzz out the truck.
I know, and I was like,
we gotta get this fucker.
So who knows? Like, I don't know, like, what all the things were, but I was like, how did I sleep through that? Like, how did I sleep through, like, 11 cop cars pulling up?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, I slept in your neighborhood.
I slept through that car hitting the building. Brooke woke up, and, like, in my head, I was like, my dreams are twisted metal and screams anyway, so it doesn't matter. Like, so I was like, I didn't wake up. But she was like, no, something's fucking wrong. And then, like, we look out, and there's 2 people laying out in the yard. God. And the fucking ambulance, you know, fucking skirts up. And we don't know what happened to this day, but, like, there's no way that... because there was a street, a curb, a garden, and then a brick wall. That was all uphill. The way you had to run down the street, how fast you had to be going. You had to be going like 100 miles an hour for a long time. I don't know how they did it. It defies physics. Because we're like, where the fuck did they come from? How did they do this?
They didn't hit 88 miles an hour. They hit 87.
But yes, exactly.
It was like Back to the Future flux capacitor.
And they fucked everything up. But they just smacked the wall. But like they went through the garden, uphill into the building. Like it was a car missile, basically.
They jumped.
God.
I don't know if they jumped.
You know what's crazy? So this reminds me. So the other night. So do you like Dave Chappell? Mm-hmm. Do you like Dave Chappell?
I just bought the entire Chappell show on DVD. Just because.
Dude. So Yellow Springs. You know he's putting it down.
Yeah.
Magic, priceless, beyond. Like, oh my god. Like I'm like. And you guys can't see me. I'm making a strange face right now because it's so good.
For those listening.
But so I went to the show on the 4th in Yellow Springs. It was so good. I actually went again on Monday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Got partially rained out. It was a whole thing. So driving back, I literally saw a car. It scared the shit out of me. So it's like 11 p.m. Terrible drive home. I'm like, ugh, just because of the storm, all the things. This car in front of me, something said, get off your phone. Like, you know, one of those.
Yeah.
And so I like put it down. 15 seconds later, I literally see this car smack a guardrail.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Then fly across, hit the other side. Thank God there were like 6 cars on the... Like I was like, hazards, brakes. I was like, oh my God, nobody hit me. I was like, they had to die. Car wasn't totaled. I don't know how they were fine, but full speed... Boom, bam. I was like, I just want to make it home, Capella, which is my little doggy.
Yeah. Guardrail ping pong.
Oh my God.
Actually, that happened to me twice in the past, like, month. Because, like, I almost got nailed. One, I saw a dude pull out at a ridiculous time and just get T-boned. And I was like, why the fuck did you do that? That was a ridiculous choice.
Damn.
But I was right behind him. So, like, I could have smacked right into him. But, like, again, I was on my phone. I think I was looking at shit. And, like, something told me. Well, I was, like, checking... Waze, because I was going somewhere weird. So I like looked at it and I was like, I'm gonna fucking toss this. 2 seconds, like literally down the street, fucker just smacks him. So then, you know, fast forward a week, I'm pulling out somewhere, someone else T-bones me, but I like pulled some like ninja maneuver and like fucking like skirted out, and I was just like Matrix and it's like slow-mo, and I just looked at the motherfucker.
Flicked him off.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Oh, good, we can cuss, okay.
Yeah. No, you're cool.
That's my fault, really. All of our shows have the E explicit next to them because of me.
I gotta tell this story real quick. When I used to train with Mike, in the summertime, I'd bring my daughter in the afternoon. She was little, and she would have a ball. She'd play with another kid that was there. It was like one of her best friends now. But so her mom's asking her about like, so what do you think of Mike? And she's like, he says bad words a lot. Is that okay? And she's like, yeah, that's fine. She's like, okay, then he's really cool.
Oh, yeah. That's so
she had to run through. She's like, is this okay? Is this cool?
Oh, that's sweet. Good upbringing, Mo. Like, good question mark.
Yeah, she's cool. Yeah.
Which, by the way, I'm going to pull this up. So I've allowed myself to indulge in that I have ridiculous humor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very basic humor. So good. Like, it's like shit that just, I'm like, yeah, this is making me laugh. So that's on Instagram. I see this thing. Hold on, where is it? Oh, maybe I didn't. Crap. I didn't save it. So I hope I don't butcher this, but basically it was like, I miss the days when kids used to call you poo-poo head, and all they do is call you a bitch.
Yeah. There is something to, like, that, like, simple humor. And, like, what happened? Yeah, everyone calls you, like, a motherfucker. And like, where did you learn this? Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I say Sam Jackson was in like 115 movies in the 90s.
Yeah.
That's probably where I learned motherfucker from.
That's where I learned to use it. And use it
how to use it properly.
How versatile the word was.
Well, it's funny, the other night on the drive home, I was like these semis were flying, and it was like construction was narrow, 70 west.
Yeah, yeah.
I hate it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like a really good driver. Like, I am. Like, I understand that's just like, whatever.
You didn't get hit, so you're good. So
no. I was like, these motherfucking cocksuckers.
Everybody. Oh, you go out the handle. When you're about, like, you flash, your life flashes, you're like, all right.
Yeah, literally. Twice.
Game Yep. There's another one that happened. Oh, something on the highway. Something. There's some fucking Final Destination stuff, because there's like a log truck and they slam on the brakes, and I was like, not today, Satan. Like, like that's like my third biggest anxiety, fear way of dying is like the vlogging truck, the Final Destination, the broken chain.
I had a friend who had not a log truck, but bricks fell off a truck onto her car. It was crazy.
No.
Smashed the shit out of half the car. That ruined spring break that year.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
I'm driving through town on the way home. It might be 2 hours to get to the other side of town, like the highway.
I can't tell you.
Back way.
Yeah, I used to just be like pedal to the metal, like get places, and now I'm like, no, put on a podcast. We're gonna take our time, like, because one, people out of quarantine are driving more insane.
Yes.
No,
Like forgot how to drive.
Yeah.
Like
everyone was on the fucking edge of shitty driving anyway. And after quarantine, they took 2 months off. They're fucked. Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
And does anybody else have the thought, like, why are all these cars on the road? Like, literally on the way here, I'm like, why?
Where all these damn people come from?
So my dad retired the other day. On Friday, he retired. Last Friday, 2 or 3 weeks ago now.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, fucking blur. But like, he's like going out at like 1 p.m. when he's usually at work. He's like, who the fuck are they? Like, he's like, what are you doing? Like, he's like, y'all are just out.
So cute. If I end up at Kroger at noon on a Tuesday, I'm like, why the fuck are all these people here? It's noon on a Tuesday. Don't you people have lives?
Yeah. I saw like the first socially distanced concert or whatever in England.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And it's like
People
everyone
just
gets a
chilling in their
pew.
pods.
No, that's how Dave's doing it.
Is
Well,
it
it's
really?
like, it's a circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
in the
man, I
cornfield.
would do that. I would do that.
That's
Like,
awesome.
that would like make my anxiety clearer to go to an event like that.
No, honestly, we all get like temperatured, which is like, I feel like they're putting that like Men in Black like flash thing. And I'm like, this is weird. But like literally, so I'm like, there's not many places I would drive to sit in a cornfield and to have like literally, it's like brilliant what he's created. Like socially distanced, 2 seats. Like you have to buy 2 tickets whether you have somebody to go with you or not.
Oh, nice.
But masks. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
it's interesting to see like how the comedy scene has like adjusted. Mm-hmm. I like a lot of stand-up comedy. I follow a lot of stand-up comedians and their podcasts and shit, and like just listening to how they've talked about it. Like he's obviously doing it well. Like Bert Kreischer's doing like drive-in movie theaters. Like they'll have you come into like a theater and like put on the thing, and you're just in your car. Like there's some people doing just releasing YouTube specials.
I like how people are figuring it out, though.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying something.
Yeah, but that also shows like
Makes it cool.
you don't need like the big corporate.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean?
Oh my god, I never thought about that. I love that you just said that.
You don't. So like, where you have like say 10 years ago you had to be picked up by a media something, a radio, whatever. Now we can do whatever.
It started at my kitchen table.
Yeah.
Anyone can do kind of whatever. So like, I'm like. A lot of people have podcasts, and I'm surprised like not everyone has a podcast.
You know what? I've been lagging. I've been lazy.
Get a podcast.
We can give you some tips on how to, barely figure it out.
Squeak by. You put shit online anyway.
So this is how you upload.
Yeah. That's how
Seriously, that took a second, man. And then they've changed the website twice. I'm like, how the fuck do I upload now?
No, don't update. What the? Why don't you update? You change the rules every time. Some Hunger Games bullshit.
Oh my god.
But yeah, like even
But
so.
it looks nice.
Yeah, right. Even so even if it's just like a verbal diary, like a lot of people, like there's single comedians, they're not even like with people, they just talk, like they just sit there and talk for an hour, and like they're silly enough to just like banter and make themselves laugh. Like,
Dude, I've missed precious airtime by myself.
Yeah.
get a thing.
I should have popped some on last night. I considered recording my thoughts.
You should.
I
thought about it too, and I haven't yet.
Yeah.
But just like that's something we could put on like the Patreon is like Mike's thoughts for the day. Like you know
I
what
love
mean?
it. I love that.
Like it's like a little 20-minute something.
Just
or
me
you
going up with
rant.
something. You want some mac and cheese for lunch?
Yeah.
Then back to my thing. Okay.
Like, yeah, I got shit to do. But yeah,
I've been busy as fuck this week, so yeah, it's been crazy.
is she back to school yet? Or?
No. Online school got announced yesterday.
Okay, so we're doing online.
Officially online
Jesus.
school. We got an official announcement. So it was either going to be Group A or Group A, Group B, where she would go like Monday, Wednesday, and every other Friday.
Yeah.
Or it was like all online, and we're just kind of waiting.
Wow.
That'd be so obnoxious to go like Monday, Wednesday, every other Friday.
Yeah. Like, what day is it? Oh, shit.
Yeah. Every other Friday, you're like, oh, I missed the school day. Like you forgot.
I would have worried, like the every other Friday thing, I think would throw me off a little.
Yeah.
But I was really excited about the 2-day-a-week shit because we had a plan. I was like, all right, bro, here's what we're gonna do. On Monday and Wednesday, we getting up early, we training, we doing our thing. Mm-hmm. Tuesday and Thursday, we're just gonna get up. We're gonna go to bed at the same time, but we're gonna get up whenever.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see what happens.
See what happens.
We're gonna see what happens. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
And then like, I'm like, I hope that happens in like 3 months. All right, give me a couple months and let's try that. And I'm excited. It's fun.
So wait, so the online thing, like, how much do you actually have to be the teacher?
My kid's in 6th grade.
Okay.
None. She teaches me. I'm like, what's this new math, girl? I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
She's
And
very
she shows-
intelligent. She's not.
She's smart.
She's not like a normal 12-year-old.
She's 11. It's because she's not a
she's
12-year-old.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
she's
think of her
11.
like a 12-year-old.
She's
Yeah.
tall and she's super
She's
mature.
taller than me, so I mean,
Yeah, she's
that doesn't
huge.
say much. But
What?
She's got big old feet too. She's crazy.
all my kids class, they came back from quarantine, are fucking
Giant,
taller than me.
they're
I was like, you
giant
sons
now.
of bitches! Like,
Been eating.
I'm to beat the shit out of you now. Like,
Yeah, now
it's
you
just
gotta
this is
take 'em
just
out.
self-defense at this point. Like,
Dude,
y'all are
I
adults.
told you she cross-collar choked me
And you're
a
like,
few weeks ago, just like killed me. We were rolling and she was like, vengeance. I'm like, that's so good.
very literal representation of killing your father. Like, you're not
Like, all right, okay, you pass.
Yeah.
To the next level.
So she's in your class?
No,
she was.
no.
She started like.
No.
Well, she started.
Before you
Sitting
ever had
in
a
my
kid,
class,
like she
yeah.
started with basically watching you.
Yeah, like in playing around
When I
with
was
us. Like,
when I was training and just playing around with him, and then at Ronin they have a really good kids program.
yeah.
And
At the
when-
time, like I didn't have kids.
There was no kids
so.
program at the time, and so then she went to Ronin, and then which is awesome. And then she asked me, she wanted me to train at Ronin too, because she wanted to play with her friends.
Oh.
That was years ago, and then so I kind of transferred, and now I'm there too. Which not really, I'm not there right now, but I'm sort of taking her and wishing I could train. But yeah.
So, like, how is the jiu-jitsu scene with, like, the social, like, you know what I mean?
It's kind of a pod thing. You guys are doing
Like,
it really
undercover.
well.
We do it really well. Like,
You guys are doing really well.
There are some people that are doing it like full clandestine, like speakeasy style.
Yeah.
Like, we're doing it, doing it by the book as much as we can. You know, like if I'm teaching, I have to wear a mask usually, unless I have like if Brooke there, like I can drill on her because I fucking live with her. But if it's like if I just have to demonstrate on a student, then I'm wearing a mask or whatever, and like they're only training with one person per class, really. And then that way it just keeps the contact tracing intact and like semi-easy.
Yeah.
Granted, you're still fucking touching each other,
Yeah.
breathing on, you know. But again, we have like other waivers in place too, so it's like a choice. It's not like we're like, come back to the fucking gym.
Right,
Like, where some people are doing that. They're like, yo, you gotta keep paying your shit. We're gonna offer you some stuff. So it's like,
Wow.
on the business end and on like the practical end, we're doing very well.
That's awesome. I'm really happy for you. Because I'll be honest, so I sold this yoga studio, this yoga studio back in 2018. And like, just like, there were so many moments during like quarantine to where I'm like none of us knew this was coming, right? Like, obviously. But I was like, God, I'm so lucky that like...
You uploaded that
Got
shit.
out when you got out. Yeah. Actually, that's a nice segue into you.
Yeah.
So our guest Natalie today, but we haven't really talked to her about her. We just kind of started going. Like, who are you, man?
Who am I? Wow,
Yeah.
a unicorn? of magnitude.
hidden under your beautiful hairs is that horn. Yes.
Thank you. I'm like, what is this wild shit doing today?
Unicorn.
Hey, wild is good. Like, I haven't cut my hair in months. It's okay. Yeah, at least yours has some body to it. Mine's all flat and shit.
Well, you know what's funny? I used to be super self-conscious about it. I don't know if you knew this. I was like, and now I'm like, oh my god, like, is it like big enough today?
Nice, good.
Puff it.
Puff it up, yeah.
That's coming back too. Like big hair is coming in too. Like,
You know,
hard again.
I'm just thrilled we're at where we're at. Like, I'm not, I mean, you guys can't see me. I don't know if they'll be able to see me, but I'm mixed. I'm half white, half black. So just, you know, picture
like
that, whatever.
Kind of like an In Vogue video from back in the day. You know, like big ass hair.
But like, I'm like loving life and loving where we're at. I'm not buying into the whole like, woe is me, I never have.
You're the future.
Like,
yeah.
I've always been the future, but thanks for acknowledging. I think we're all the future.
I think we're all the future, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's why we're all like feel like freaking loners. And
Well, we're all
Yeah.
why we're sitting here together.
holding around, like looking at people like this, like trying to like eye each other up. Like, but I
No,
think
seriously.
we look at each other, we're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
See the friendliness.
Yeah.
It's like almost like you can like sense a warmth or something. It's like okay.
Hey, fucking man.
The energy's good.
But then
Church.
you can also like sense the coldness in some people. You're like, oh shit.
Mess with that.
She approves. I
Yeah,
know
she's
her.
like, fuck those people. She's like, fuck them. But I mean, so like I knew you like when I was probably in the worst place possible. Like Columbus, it was fucking terrible. Right?
Yeah.
In terms of like,
he never tells me.
Yeah.
He never tells me about.
right.
God,
I don't know
whew,
anything. I don't know
flashback.
anything.
So like that's where I met her, and she like had a yoga program there and stuff. And
Yeah.
Okay.
but that was
That feels longer than 10 years ago.
I know, it really
It's
does.
a long time, bro.
Because
Are you only 28?
He's 27, right? Are you 27?
I'll be 20 in December, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Babies.
Yeah. Dang.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
415.
Well, I mean, I know we have, like, other ways
No,
of
like
timing
that's
things.
continuous, bro. 1605 up in Mongolia. That's
Up
where
in
I-
Mongolia.
Okay. I'm like, well, in that case, I'm like a few million years old.
No,
Recycled.
how old am I? I'm 40.
I am too.
Are you?
Yeah.
You're shitting me.
No. That's why, like, when people, and the thing is, I normally, like, never ask, but, like, because we're all so different and unicorns, and, like, how old are we this time? You know?
It's kind of cool to meet someone my age that doesn't look my age as well. No one believes I'm my fucking age. Yeah, and I'm like, I'm old.
It's an
My
energy.
joints are older than yours.
It's sort of like you make a choice. At a certain point. You're like, I'm 40, I'm gonna be old, I give up. Or you're like, fuck no, I'm gonna get ripped and like chill out.
You know what? I did that in college, legit. So, like, old memories. I went to OSU.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And
So you, sorry. I'm from Athens.
but no, I loved it because I like grew up in this small town, Ontario, Ohio, right outside of Mansfield. And I was like, get me the fuck out of here. Although looking back, I appreciate it because there's a sense of groundedness.
For sure.
But
But so I had a lot of fun at OSU, and I remember literally, I think it was my junior year, like looking at some of my guy friends because we had this big group of like guys and girls we hung out with, and I'm like, sorry if you hear this.
our policy is we don't use children's names. We don't use names of people we're talking bad about.
Yeah.
Just don't say their
Yeah,
names.
their names.
Or come up with a different name.
Or come up with a different name. Just
Brad.
change that story.
Fuckhead. I don't know.
All right, Fred House Fred.
But I literally remember seeing, like, there was this whole thing of, like, freshman year, you're like, woohoo, like, life is mine, you're excited, you're like, college, and sophomore year, okay. Junior year, it's like people start interviewing, and I literally saw people start to become old.
Like they grew up.
But it was no, like, old.
Like the old,
Like, not
like
mature,
old.
old.
Oh.
Like, and I'm probably gonna sound like a huge asshole, and that's fine, okay, like, I'll go here, but, like, it's like, I saw them start to, like, gain weight and, like, become very, like, rigid.
Yes.
Physically and mentally.
Yeah.
There's like a mobility that's lost. It's like they get a
Yes.
rigid spine, like they can't like
Yeah.
rotate very well. It's
Yeah.
like, I don't know. It's like their
I
posture
actually did the
sucks, like,
same thing, and at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, where I was like, I was a 35er back then. I was about 25 pounds lighter than I am now, but I was still like fighting and in shape and feeling good, and everyone else started getting old. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are y'all doing?
And that's the thing is, like, I literally remember, like, I remember telling my mom about this, and she was like, that's not very nice. And I was like, no, I'm not being an asshole. Like, this isn't
That's
like,
just an observation.
It's
like,
observation,
you've,
yeah.
like, had life tragedy, and you've had to, like, suck it up, and wow, I gained weight. Like, not stuff like that. It's, like, literally,
They just
there was this choice of, I'm now old, I'm kind of gonna, like, die, sort of, like,
Yeah, they just like step toward death.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
and I literally remember being like, I'm never doing that. Like, ever.
Yeah.
And so it's
No,
like,
no.
here I am.
Yeah,
Like, it's insane.
It
Yeah.
worked.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah,
No.
you're fine.
There's a conscious choice. There's a path that you
Yeah.
decide to take. I feel like, you know.
I was on Monday. We went swimming at so funny, at like this abandoned pool in an apartment building. This Miss Laura called us up, and so she's been watching a kid at the school, and who's buddies with my daughter. And they're like, "You want to go swimming?" And we're like, "Sure, let's go swimming." And so me and Laura are just laying there, just chatting, and oh shit, I lost my train of thought. What was I gonna say? Fuck, that was a good story.
Abandoned
Left.
pool.
I know, but it was about age. And it was funny because she's just a little bit older than you, actually. Believe it or not.
Oh yeah.
I thought she was a bit older just because she runs the place.
Right.
You know, but no, it was just funny. Oh, fuck, it'll come back to me.
I do that all the time.
Oh,
I do
left
that
my
all the time.
head.
It's like in a bubble right here. I see.
It's there. Back to
Okay.
you. More shit.
But who am I? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you?
So you
what
used
do
to
I know?
used to own a yoga studio. All right, this makes more sense though about with your age. I'm like, how the fuck she do all that? I'm so lame. By the time she's like, she's got to be Mike's friend, so she's in her mid-20s. No.
You know what? I love all of this because, oh gosh, it's all like relative. Like, and I know for me, like, I had this really vulnerable conversation with my friends yesterday. I was like, I feel ashamed about where I'm at. I should be further ahead. And it's like, fuck all that shit. Fuck all that shit.
Who says who though? Like,
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
success is the same at 45. It's the same at 55. It's the same at 18. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, I think if you have like success really early, you're gonna have burnout. You're gonna have, you know, celebrity syndrome. Where you start doing
Yeah.
tons of drugs or some
Yeah.
shit. Like, you're gonna have some other. Like non-manifested thing is going to come out like as you change.
That's
you get that like almost
really,
too early.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
True. Yeah.
So like it almost, you know, you have to kind of simmer with it for a little bit and cook it and maybe overcook it, try
Yeah.
again, and like really get the experience with it. I think that's because that's my
No,
my
that's
path.
so wise. Like, seriously, it's like, so I've been an entrepreneur for 10 years, and so had the yoga studio, and when I met him, the other Mike, those of you that can't see, I just was started like renting space. Like, I was like, I have to make this happen. Like, had a long-term relationship and moved back home to Ontario, so outside of Mansfield, and I literally was like, whatever this takes, like full on in, and then end up creating it and then selling it, and I've been doing like a lot of energy work and mindset work, and
Cool.
I mean,
I'll ask you for tips. I gotta try to
for days.
Got tips.
All right.
But I don't know, I have a hard time defining myself because I'm like, I know for me, I'm just here to create change and work with people that want to change shit. But people are like, what are you? I'm like, a coach.
Yeah, no, that's like people ask me like what I'm doing. I'm like, it's hard for me to be like, I'm a jiu-jitsu teacher because
Yeah.
they're like karate, and they're just like just fucking over it. I'm just like, yeah, like coach, or like I don't even like saying it. I'm like
Yeah.
I hate saying the E word, entrepreneur. Like
Yeah.
even though I'm like I haven't had a job in a while. Like I'll go and sell some shit before I have a fucking job again. But like I don't like claim that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I'm just a snack bitch.
Like, yeah, it's snacks, motherfucker. PB&J.
Maybe I should say I'm just the energy bitch. That's kind of hot.
That's cool. What's that in the office when she's like, I'm the business bitch, and she's like, I've been working on different things. Be the energy bitch, like that'd be funny as shit. But that's the thing is like, why are other people defining things? It's like, oh, this person has this, and you know, it seems like there's this odd, unattainable thing of success, right? But like,
Yeah.
I'll create my own success. Leave me the fuck
Yes.
alone, you know? What my definition of success is a lot different, and like my path to it is a lot different.
Yeah.
My
Oh.
definition of happiness is different.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna stay on this train of thought. I got two for you. I actually fucking know where I'm at right now.
yeah, go,
Okay,
go,
so,
drop it.
conversation me and my kid were having last night about gender roles. I was like, you're in a sweet transitional time in history, kid, because by the time you're grown up, all this shit will be played out. I said, think about it. Me, like everything I do is mom. No one believes I exist. Everyone treats me like I'm a dumbass because I fuck up the gender role. All right?
You just don't
Yeah.
fit the
I
narrative.
don't fit the narrative
Yeah.
for anything at all, actually. Like, as far as the history of my life goes, it's
Yeah.
kind of funny. But and she's like, "Oh, I never thought about it that way." And I'm like, "Yeah.
Wow.
Notice when you were little, we go to people's houses. Do you see any dads there?" She's like, "No, dude."
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah.
Right. But then the other thing is that we were talking about luck. And that was a funny one, and I was like, my definition of luck is very different than other people's definition of luck. I'm like, I don't believe in luck yet, I rely on it.
So what is luck to you?
Opportunity and preparation. I'm just there. I just happen to show up. I'm like, okay. Like, when we were swimming with Miss Laura, I was telling about when I lived in China. She's like, you lived in China, motherfucker? I'm like, yeah. She's like, how'd you do that? I'm like, luck.
Wow.
Like, someone asked, and I raised my hand. All right.
That's fun.
Get up there.
That's just so good.
But that's actually how life works for me. The shit just falls in my lap.
That
it seems
is
like
luck, though.
Is it? I don't know.
Is it luck or is it?
Or is it just?
But no, but it's your definition.
It's my definition of luck. Is I'm prepared for it. It's the opportunity. I'm like, okay. Or it's like, I get free coffee wherever I go. I have my whole life. Just free shit. Just people hand me shit.
I'll have that. I never thought
anything of it.
Where's the free
That's
shit?
just how life works for me. I think that's a family
I'm
thing.
like, I'll earn it all, so I don't know anybody. Fuck that.
It happens with my daughter,
Weird
too.
relationship though,
That happens
to be in like a leadership role or anything and have people give you stuff. It's weird to accept.
It's weird. It's very hard to accept. But as a martial arts teacher, it comes with the game.
Yeah.
Everyone
That's a
takes
skill.
care of you.
I gotta pee.
Like I used to. Yes. And now
Winner.
we don't have to have silence.
I know.
Like no, the last episode was just I'm just like listening to the cicada shit.
No, we're gonna keep this going because real talk, like for real, like I think people might think I'm just like handed all this stuff and like people just fall at my feet. No, I've done a supreme job of like not being that, and I'm like, maybe that's a terrible choice. It could be easier. It could be more fun. I'll definitely receive more.
You made more money than I do, I promise. But I get free coffee though. So I don't know.
But this whole luck thing, it's like so true. It's really interesting. I was having this conversation with this person. This person I may or may not have dated.
We spent some time together.
But it was so interesting to like want to go to this place with him, but like his definition of luck was it's not for me. It's like if the stars are like we never talked about it, but it's like energetically kind of
block it just because.
Yeah, it's
can't
like
believe in it.
It's like oh no, I can't be that lucky, or like that's not how life works. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure like that's like opportunity, like meets preparation meets. Hi, baby.
That's quick.
Cute. Oh my goodness.
Just like, ooh, coffee. I'll take some.
Jam.
Yeah, and so it's just like it's so what they didn't hear is prior to like going live today on the show. It's like good vibes. I didn't realize they're not common until I like immerse myself around some other things. Like I'm like, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Because like I be this. My clients are this, like my business is this, and I forget this isn't the norm, and I'm like, what the literal fuck?
Oh yeah. No, I definitely have that problem too because I'm just not around people.
What?
And then you get around other people, and you're like, ugh, what?
Well, having spent so much time around negative and just
you know the difference now.
in my head, it's shadow. It's shadow light, shadow light, shadow. Shadow times and the dark times. That's the energy.
But it allows you to pick up on that energy real quick.
Yeah,
from people,
exactly.
like,
I can smell that shit from a mile away
now.
Yeah. But having spent so much time in that, it like allows me to recognize like and be gracious for what's happening now and like live in it and be like, oh shit, okay.
But you allow yourself to be able to get out of it. It's not an expectation. It's not like you don't expect that lead to be life. So you're not stuck.
Right.
You can see it.
But at the same time, I wouldn't advertise that for anybody, but I wouldn't change my path with that. I'd be like, look, I'll tell you the secrets, it fucking sucks. Like, I'll do all the shitty stuff, but you know, it's so having spent a lot of time under that realm or whatever you want to call it, like that influence. And then getting out and seeing good vibes and seeing understanding what that is, what that does, what that recycles to you, what that is, like what that actually manifests and gets to you. Right? Nothing?
I'm just gonna say this.
I live around, or like I'm so like isolated. I feel like I get off on these tangents. It's like sometimes like fucking above, or just on a different level of weird shit.
That's why we record it.
I know. That's why we talk about it, right?
So you can go back.
And I'm just gonna say this for all the guys that listen: keep being great men. The world needs more of you. So not that the women, not to discount the ladies, but as much as we were talking about like gender roles and stuff, it's not accurate to say I'm old fashioned because like I'm not at all. But it's like this weird dichotomy of like I'm an entrepreneurial woman and like I do my own shit. Like I was texting with somebody last night and they were like, I don't know, they were basically acknowledging me, which I was super grateful for. And I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, fucking hole up and like wait around to be like chosen because like I'm still single, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't.
And it's like what I'm gonna do, just like sit there and like hope somebody knocks on my door. Like, I gotta like make my life, you know? But yet I've evolved in this place where like, I'm just gonna say it, like, I want to be dominated.
Sure.
But like, but dominated doesn't mean abuse. I know this is, I don't know if this might just like a weird turn. But like, what I mean is, when you're used to doing it all in a relationship, I don't want to be the alpha. I've been the alpha. Like, I don't wanna. I don't
It's a
wanna.
different hat. Yeah, it's a different hat. Like, it's almost like you have to flip that switch or something.
Yeah.
You want to take time off. I mean, you know, people deserve that.
Yeah.
You just want to be with someone who knows how to take care of themselves.
That you don't have to be like, have to come home and be like, oh fuck, I have more work to do.
Feel that?
Yeah.
It's only taken me 40 years to arrive here.
Yeah. Hey, success is different, whatever. It's all relative.
It's all good.
Yeah. But yeah, like, I feel like men are bad at celebrating wins. You know,
I mean,
so there's
it's defining wins.
Yeah,
I think is what they like culturally. What most, I don't know. I'm not the person to say this. That's weird. But what most men see as a win is not. It's a narrow lane.
Right.
It's a super narrow lane. It's too involved with sports.
Yeah,
sports
it is. It's very close to sports every single time.
Whereof, like a real win, like I got all my shit done yesterday. I had a busy week. What a fucking win. And I finished editing the podcast. It'll be up today.
Yeah.
I'm happy about it.
Sometimes for me, like mental health and my anxiety and shit, like I'll put stuff off, I'll procrastinate. And I'm like, if some days it's like putting that thing on Instagram, that's a fucking win. Like, like it's simple
You're not
as pie.
spending too much time on it. You just did your thing.
Pull the trigger.
And you're good. Yeah.
Like I'll overthink and I'll like write out a thing and like I won't post it. It'll be 3 hours later and I've been in this fucking thought process of for an Instagram post. It's like just post the fucking thing.
Post the fucking thing and do it.
Pull the trigger, do the thing. Action is then medicine, you know.
Oh my god!
Asking people for coffee has helped me get through that.
Just asking, dude.
But just being on coffee regular and just someone new started following us, we started following them. Hey, we have a podcast. Send us some coffee. And like releasing that and not worrying about how people think.
Oh, I love that.
It's nice.
Redefining wins. I have been doing that consistently. And actually, so I like to celebrate with like wine, and I've been giving myself like the green light to be like, I can splurge. Like, if I want to buy a bottle of Dom, I will. Like, versus just like, I can only get this when I'm like, fuck it, it's life, it's now. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, this is why I work so hard.
Like, get the good stuff.
So I can enjoy something. Which ironically, last night was actually a $17 bottle of wine. Not the whole bottle, just the glass.
Yeah, that's what we talk about that with like.
It's a large glass.
Well, I mean, it's a treat. You know, it's like you don't just want to.
That's how I treat coffee.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's how we started with coffee.
That's how we started because
I had started to become a coffee. I started to become a coffee snob because of Two Roasting Joes, and I was like, "You got to try this shit, Mike. It's so good." And he's like, "This is way better."
Yeah.
And then we just really went down the rabbit hole, and then somehow we started getting it.
I will say this: I got to up my coffee game after being here.
You do.
Like, I get organic,
Girl,
but I'm
like,
they got
more
all
to
the
it.
stuff.
There's more to it.
They got all the stuff.
So now, like another
I'll get you
thing.
some sample packs.
Yeah. Another thing. Yeah, we'll hook you
I'll
up.
hook you up. Find some stuff.
But the other thing too is like, especially with quarantine, it's like being more conscious of where we spend money, right?
You were just preaching today. Find a church, y'all.
That's what we. I mean, that's just like that's what we talk about. Like, I
what we do.
don't watch TV or anything, so I just fucking me and Brooke talking. I think
You're like, my brain's way more interesting.
I think so. I think the world is more interesting than people say. And I think your brain is more interesting than people say. Like your own time, everything is fucking more interesting than you're being told.
Yep.
But yeah, just being able to kind of sit with stuff and actually get something out of it.
Yeah.
You know, and not just like on to the next thing, on to the next thing, on to the next thing. It's like I actually get to sit and think and marinate. Like the stuff we were talking about with Brandon. Like I've had so many ideas.
Oh yeah.
I talked to Brooke. Had so many
Now,
ideas.
Let That Marinate has been.
Wait, which Brandon? Do I know Brandon?
Brandon from Slice. Probably not.
No.
Yeah.
Best cheesecake you'll ever have in your life.
Well, I saw you post about
They're
it.
so good. Like, you
You want to splurge on something?
Yeah, splurge on that shit. It's tremendous.
Oh wow.
Oh my god.
So good.
But yeah, like sports equipment, we talk about it. Like
Yeah.
We'll buy a nicer gi. Like, we'll have a nicer gi.
Get the nice gi.
Don't get the shitty gi, you know?
Yeah.
Because you're going to use it. It's your thing.
Yeah.
It's your armor, you know? Like, you...
God, I love this. I love this because this is the thing is like, and maybe you guys already know this, but it's like not everybody, there's so many people that don't think like that, and that's fine. Like, I didn't think this way until somebody introduced me to, like, and I was like, oh my god, that makes sense. But what astounds me is, like, I've had conversations with people that I'll say something like, you know, similar, like, hey, like, it's this different way of viewing money or how you choose to spend something, and it's like they're so closed off to it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
It's like... People like will say something or like the very like biased something, or I'm like, you can't even like play the devil's advocate with yourself, or like even just put yourself in some different shoes, like for a second over something simple like coffee or something. Let alone
you know what I
big.
think it is? It's an abundance mindset. Most people have a scarcity mindset, so they grab whatever the fuck they can for as cheap as they can. Whereas we're like, coffee's gonna come in the mail, bro. I'm gonna get it. I'm not worried about it.
Well, that's the relationship
and
with it.
Like, it's an abundance mindset. I'm fine. I'm gonna enjoy what I got. I'm not gonna need to grab a bunch more. And
actually, that taught me how to be better with money and like spend money properly.
Spend money
again
because you're not thinking about like, oh shit, this one thing costs too much.
Yeah,
you're thinking about this one thing is fucking perfect and it'll last forever. And it's fun.
And what are all the intangibles that'll come from it? So like, I mean, I don't drink bottles of Dom every night, but it's like I think about this because you knew me when I was broke as fuck. Like broke, like I didn't look poor, but I was poor. Just to keep it real. Like 100%. And so it was only the last few years I actually like got my shit together with that, and so now it's like I don't view it as I'm spending this money out. It's like I'm treating myself. It'll create all this energy, all this joy. I'm reflecting on the gratitude, the growth. And it's like...
That's something that fills your glass.
Yeah.
You know? Like, that's like shit we talk about.
You put it in the right place. Yeah.
Well, like, it's then, like, just accepting, that you can be nice to yourself with some shit. And then, like, actually doing it and not feeling bad about it.
And that it doesn't cost that much. It doesn't take that much time.
Yeah.
There's a space
I learned
in
that.
your life.
Brooke taught me tremendous lessons in that, because she'll be like, oh, I like that. Boom. Like, and then I'm like, how the fuck? Like, again, 3 hours of anxiety
Why are you
later.
doing that? Why? Oh my god.
And then she's like, pull the trigger, man. I'm like, yeah, pull the trigger. Like, hit buy or whatever. Don't go fucking nuts with it, obviously.
Right.
But, I don't know. Played against sports is the nice mid-ground for such a thing.
Yeah.
That really helped me a lot.
That brings me to, like, retail therapy. Again, that's, like, what you imagine retail as. It's like, well, like, we, like, played against sports. It's not the nicest shit, but it's a thing. It's a treat. Like, it's
I got so much to say about that in a different way.
Yeah.
So while we talk about, like, just, I'll say, like, the price or the cost of things. How do I put it? I literally, so the other day, well, this actually goes into the $17 bottle of wine that I got last night. So I literally went, I was like, I'm going to treat myself. I've been wanting to get this ice wine. I've never really had ice wine, I don't think.
I don't know what it is, but okay.
It's like, I think it's sweeter. It's like an after dinner wine.
Oh, nice, okay.
But it's like, it was a $70 bottle. And I was like, oh, I really want to treat myself. And I went there. I went to Kroger to get it. And I looked at it. Like, I went to the aisle and I was like, I'm just not excited about buying this. So then I was like looking at other things, and then I was like still not excited about those choices. And I was like, okay, if nothing had a price tag, and I wasn't trying to prove that I could get the expensive thing,
there you go,
or resist the cheap thing, and it was just energetically what's popping right now.
Yep.
What do you want?
Pick this $18 bottle, and I was like, so I get it, and I actually will do that with sometimes like the clothes that I'll get, like it's maybe original price was X amount. But this is actually really fun. It's maybe at like an outlet store now. It doesn't have to be the most expensive thing just to prove I can buy it, but it's this joy. So it's like, it's actually going beyond the conversation of money. It's actually like what's going to bring you joy and the energy and the intent behind it and all the things. So I feel you on the Played Against Sports.
Yeah. No, you got to see the gym.
So he has that's where he trains.
It's my basement. It's a gym.
Yeah.
It's nice. Kung Fu room and everything. I just redid the Kung Fu room too, dude.
What?
So nice. Yeah. Oh, one more off air. I'll show you.
Yeah.
We haven't done like a walkthrough video yet, have we?
Not really, no.
Yeah.
No, we should. It's ready.
Yeah. but like I've accepted that I don't spend tons of money. Like I really like to try to stick like a cash lifestyle if I fucking can.
You were like brilliant.
Because I had one credit card and it fucked me up and I hated it.
I'm still learning.
Well, like my sister did too, and I learned from that.
Yeah.
So, like,
yeah.
God love my sister. She's made her mistakes, and I learned from them. So like, it's really
Yeah, it works out. But it's having like a, for me, that's what the gym is. It's the manifestation of, am I stingy? Am I thrifty? Do I just find a good deal? Or do I just have a space for the shit I want to do?
But it's also,
Yeah.
and
And
you
just-
go down the middle and just do what the fuck you want.
Yeah, and it's right there. And I'm like, my dream was just to be able to work out in my pajamas whenever I wanted. That's
I
all
love
it was.
that.
Since I was like 17 when I thought of that.
Yeah.
And I just showed my mom that the Dojang 11 is the 11th version. Yeah, they all have kung fu names and everything. It's fun. But she's like, this is nice, man. I'm like, remember when I lived in the basement when I was 15? She's like, yeah. I'm like, this is what I wanted. She's like, oh, I see it. Yeah, basement couldn't have done that, but sorry.
You know what's so funny
Go
that you
ahead.
say that this is what I wanted? I think that is the whole point. Like, and that's actually what I'll talk to my clients about. I'm like, it's not about like, people are like, oh, I have to like, create this thing or, do this thing. But it's like, do you actually fucking want it?
Yeah.
Like, whatever that is. Like, so what's funny is like, part of my work sometimes with people is I'll help them change their money mindset because mine used to be total shit. It's gotten way better. And I don't pretend to be perfect, at all. But like, there's been a ton of progress. But I've told people, like, don't make your goal something audacious. For example, like, I want to be a multimillionaire. If you don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, if your whole goal is, for example, just talking about money since we're kind of talking about, like, the price and just the whole abundance mindset. But it's like, if your whole goal is, like, living off cash and, like, and I actually just want to live $60,000, a year comfortably. There's nothing wrong with that goal. Embrace the fuck out of it. Whatever's true for you is the whole point of, to me, all of this.
Yeah, what your actual comfort level is. Like, what do you really want? Yeah, and like for me, just like knowing that it was that simple.
Yeah.
It's just that easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you hit it, and he's happy.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to slide.
We're gonna go inside.
Just get hoses out. Go.
We're being moved.
It's okay.
People have work to do. What is this?
God forbid.
All right. Do transfer. Come on, Paul. Oh. All right.
Smells so good in here.
My mom got us these incense.
Yeah, incense is good. I don't listen to a lot of podcasts, but I've never heard one with like the room transfer. And we've done it many times.
Just edit that one out.
Hey, grab that table from out there.
Oh yeah. Our coffee table is in the mail.
Awesome.
It's like a live. It's like one of the stump, like corner cuts or whatever.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we might edit this out. We might not. We'll see what happens. It's the nice thing about not being live.
It'll be nice. Like we'll get the crickets.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, like abundance of money.
Abundance mindset. All right, I got a little while longer I can stay. We got to do this tomorrow.
Yeah,
It's
for
cool.
sure. Yeah, absolutely. And she loves coffee, so.
And she loves coffee. This is fun. It's nice to get on with a talkative person.
Yeah, it makes it easier.
Yeah.
Some people are kind of thing. We've always had good conversations, really.
Yeah. But this is a different
Flows. Yeah.
Yeah, this is cool.
No one's been like a gridlock though. Luckily, no one's
No,
just been
yeah,
like
we don't
this
have
like
that.
stone wall, like nothing. Like, all right, motherfucker.
I'm just here for the coffee.
There's some comedians that'll like interview bigger comedians, and then like they just get like shut down. It's like terrible. It's like awkward to watch. You're like,
Oh,
oh.
starstruck.
Like it's either like their senses of humor don't mix or something,
Oh,
and then they just
yeah.
like don't get
And
it.
they
And,
just
like and over a podcast or like on a video, like you might lose nuance or whatever. So like there's some moments and they're just like dead air. You're just like ooh, over his head.
I like literally in love with your guys' place.
We are too.
It just feels so good, and it looks good too. For
Thank
those of
you.
that can't see it.
That's none of my doing. Just to help her.
I feel like I'm like the dog.
It's pull up an animal skin. You're good. She might jump up there.
I
Yeah.
was thinking about it.
But I'm trying to think of how that changed, like into like abundance mindset and kind of just like shifting into like a different relationship with money. Because like
Yeah.
even when I didn't have, I'm not saying I have like tons of fucking money now, but like
In comparison.
yeah, in
Yeah.
comparison. But let's see, I'm trying to think about But when I didn't have money, I was like, I don't have money. I'm scared. So I would like fucking be tight, you know, protect. And not spend the $10 on something that would like refill me, or like, you know, something that would help me along, or like maybe present other ways to make money or something.
Yeah.
Like, so just turning that around and pulling the trigger, right? And hitting buy, or like doing something small. It's just like the snowball effect.
Yeah.
You know, it's just the way I think about it. So.
Have you ever read Way of the Peaceful Warrior?
Ooh, I haven't either.
Just buy it. The movie's cool, which is where I first saw it. But read the book.
Okay.
And
Books are always better.
Book, yeah, it just gets super deep. And so the old master in the story, the old guy that, you know, works at the service station, this dude calls him Socrates. You never really find out Socrates' real name, but he's like, if you just keep your indulgences simple, that's the trick. Because what your indulgence is, if it's simple, then you can have it. And I read that a long time ago, and got that idea in my head, and people wonder why, like, I drink S. Pellegrino on the weekend.
But how many people are just down in shots and liquor and all
it's
these
just
things?
fizzy water that I get at Costco.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's my weekend drink.
Yeah.
Love my S. Pellegrino. It's an indulgence. It's simple.
Yeah.
My massive gym in my basement, which is really, like, you know, probably 75% cheaper than people think it is.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting down there on my old futon. That was my bed when I was in high school, watching a kung fu movie on this giant ass television with surround sound.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Simple indulgence. And so,
Definitions of the simple.
yeah, but that's my indulgence. That's my
I feel like
lowball perfection. But
what
it's
is
like really
chasing a
perfect.
high. It's like everyone's chasing a high. Whereas like you need to change your definition to a more sustainable.
It's super sustainable. No
I
matter
get
what.
hyped about water. That's how
I know.
Water, air, you know, earth, all that shit.
God, but this is like, it's so funny because, like, I had to grow into this. I mean, I think we all have, like, in our own timing, right? But it's like, and even, God, there's like so many things. It's like, I'd say like during this like quarantine time, which is weird. I keep saying that because I'm like, I was never sick. So like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't need to be quarantined. I wasn't sick.
We all were.
I know.
We all shared that same thing.
Just got time to sit and marinate for a little while.
But I'm like, this era that we're in. But it's like, I've always loved nature, but there's something different happening with our earth and like with the connection to it, and like just going out and being like, yeah, I can like enjoy this or go here and do this, or I've done these different things, but like real talk, like my feet on the ground right now, I'm like, fuck, like
good.
It's just so rich and abundant and real, and like
Can't notice those things when you're so plugged in, trying to chase this next.
Yeah.
Like, embrace the fucking grass. Like,
Every day.
a few it was during quarantine, we did like a social distance yoga thing out in a park, and like we just laid on our backs and looked at clouds. And, like,
oh my god,
you just imagine like animal shapes, and like you're a kid. You're a kid again.
Yes.
Like plug back into being a kid. Like
Yes.
unplug from the fucking matrix and like
Yes.
do that.
But do you know what's so nice? I'm gonna point this out. The energy that you guys, and like we're all talking about this, but specifically the way you guys are sharing it, is from an abundance, expansive place. Because there are people that would be like, just go outside and sit on the grass, and you're like, oh my god, I just contracted and this feels icky.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's actually recognizing the richness and like the ever like expansion going on us all the time. That's how I think, to me, you can like receive the simplicity more. You know?
Yeah. There, like you said, there's like different energies of the earth, and like even that can go like. I shifted lenses because I literally moved from a place that was chaotic into a place that was very peaceful. So like, very easy to flip that switch. But
It
like,
happened instantly.
and it did happen instantly.
Like literally,
It was almost
you moved
jarring.
in, and like 10 minutes later, he's like, oh.
Yeah, I slept. So that's the thing. The first 2 weeks we were here, I slept for like 2 weeks straight. I took like, I would sleep like 8 hours a night. I'd take 2 hour naps. Like I would like sleep so much because there's just so much anxiety relieved. Like like we walked through that tree line, and it was a beautiful soybean field. There are deer walking across. Like, you know, as opposed to like looking downstairs and seeing someone pissing on something. Like there's a massive shift in that. You know, the vibrations of that is a bit different, I would say. Like,
you know what's weird? Like, I'm gonna go here for a second, and this is totally just off memory, so this could be inaccurate for anybody who's listening, but I remember my mom telling me years ago, there was some sort of like, I don't know if it was like a study, but some sort of something like that done where they actually took people, I'll just say it, from the ghetto, and like that compressive, contractive fight or flight, like you literally are energetically in a war zone, sometimes literally. And they like moved them out into the country, and it was 100% difference, and it really like and like everything, like just behavior, like what they were choosing as a lifestyle, like all the things, and it's like I can't tell you how many times I'm just like, I don't think people know. I don't even know. Like I don't know everything about it, obviously, but like the therapy of nature, and like literally like.
I don't think we can comprehend it.
No,
Yeah, if you don't have it you don't have a set point, you don't have can't make a contrast. All you know is one thing. It's trauma brain, dude.
Yes.
You're constantly in trauma, your brain works differently. So then if you get taken out of it, it has a chance to rewire and just turn the fuck off. Yeah.
I feel like nature would be the only thing that actually gets you to heal.
Yeah.
Not shifting into like it's slightly less. You're still there.
Nature,
you gotta get to the fucking cleanser.
Also just creating an environment where you can just sit the fuck down and go,
Yeah.
where you're like, no one's gonna jump on me, no one's gonna attack
That's
me.
very
being surrounded by
animalistic,
yeah, it is.
protect yourself.
Yeah.
That's why the Kung Fu movie room exists. Bro.
Exactly.
That's why the basement. That's why the gym is there. You've been in my backyard.
Mm-hmm.
How nice is my fucking backyard? Just super cool.
You got that big banana tree.
Yeah.
Who knew in Ohio?
Bro, like a
You should
motherfucker.
see the shit in the yard, dude. It's nice. But I've consciously done that.
Yeah.
I grew up out in the country. I like to play in the woods.
Yeah.
Can't have that. I'm gonna make it.
Yeah.
I like to grow food. I like to eat food out of my garden.
Oh, that's so cool.
And so I'm like, bam, And so, but yeah, like I've got to the point where you walk out there and you're like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's I mean, defining the space around your house or whatever, and like putting that energy in it, like it's very zen.
It's very purposeful. It's very it just works.
I got more to do, Reese. I got more to do. I mean, I'm like, I need to like upgrade some things.
There's
Build you some
That's the
raised
fun
beds
part
and
about
grow some
doing
cool
it.
shit.
Well, I don't know. I can't really do that.
I think we'll put one on the porch.
but like I just went to the farmer's market, like again, like
it's dope.
the money, again, that's one thing. Like I am giving this guy $11, and that $11 means the world to him, and he's like, "Thank you for your business," and then he gives me a pound of bison, and like it's a great
Oh, you
thing.
want the bison guy?
Yeah, dude, and that was fucking
good
phenomenal bison.
Dude. Wait, which farmer's market?
Hilliard.
Okay.
Hilliard on Tuesdays. Yeah.
Yep. But like every single person, like we exchanged money.
Everyone's cool.
He was like, "Oh,
God,
no one at Kroger's like."
this is like life right now.
Yeah. But like it's fun. It's
I've
more
never
fun.
been to the farmer's market.
You gotta go.
I know. I'm totally going now. I'm like totally
You
going.
want like down the street, like Cool Wayne's or whatever. Like it's open.
Oh yeah, that one's real close. They got
Go
good ice
there.
cream.
Go there on the way home. It's great. They got honey and shit.
Wait, what's it called?
Cool Wayne's, Kuhlwein.
Okay.
Cool with
Yeah.
just signs
super
and
close.
shit. Yeah. But like even go back to the vibration of the food.
Yeah.
It was raised better. It was the food was raised humanely. It has a better vibration than the fucking factory farm or whatever. Like
if you bust into the science on that one, it has like better levels of absorbable nutrients and shit too. It's not just like
instantly I tasted. I was like, that's what it's supposed to be. Like,
this is so rad.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like the vegetables, the coffee, everything. Like that's the love, I guess. Like you're tasting the love.
I feel like my heart is like my heart is like bursting right now because I've known the one Mike
for what 12 years now.
I feel like it's been. I feel like it's been 12 years, but it's 10 years. But why do I feel like 12 too? It's so weird. Maybe we like time warped or something.
Yeah. I think I just like put it all in like this chunk. I'm like, it was this time. this epoch of this era.
But it's like just the evolution to get to this point of like so massively appreciating this conversation, but being this conversation, but like getting it, like fuck.
You're not alone. That's sort of the other thing is like talk to him about it, talk to a few other people about it. It's like there's a lot going on.
There's very few people you can have this kind of conversation with. This is another thing me and my kid talk about because we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Like our brains are the same. It's funny. But
also enough different to make different shit happen. Like
to a point, yeah. But like I was telling her the other night, I was like, dude, I'm glad you exist because you're the only human being that understands me. She's like, what? I'm like, you know when I like make a comparison between something and I like do something and you get it? She's like, yeah. I'm like, no one ever got it. Ever in my life. She's like, oh, well, that's cool. I'm like, is it cool to have me around? She's like, yeah, dude.
I'm like, yeah,
I like it. I like it a lot. And it was,
like, yeah, dude.
And like but on our bedtime routine, which has sort of changed over the years, but we used to just watch Batman and read a book and then go to bed.
Oh my god.
And so now, during quarantine, we expanded a bit. We picked something on Netflix. Like, we watched Babies, and then we watched Nadia's Time to Eat, and right now I'm letting her watch Umbrella Academy. I'm like, all right, I'll let you watch but then afterward, we have like these cool conversations, and whatever time of night, we have this like deep connection bit. We've been doing this since she was born.
Wow.
Like, I used to do this with an infant, like, bro, we need to talk.
Oh my god, this is totally fucking me up. It's fucking me up.
We've always done this, but yeah, it was like a fun moment to have. Even though she's my kid, I was like with a person.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I don't know. I'm glad I don't understand that, Papa. I'm like, I'm glad you don't either, bro.
Yeah. That's some shit she'll probably look back on and always fondly.
Yeah.
She'll like meet other people in the world. She'll be like, wow, I was even luckier than what I thought.
Oh, yeah.
Well, consciously, I've always tried to build that.
Yeah.
If you think about your life, it boils down to like, everything boils down in like afternoons, pretty much, right? Like, you can't remember every moment of your entire life all at once. You're not that kind of person. Like, people can. That's freaking crazy. But and so very consciously from day one, I was like, I got to build good memories.
Yeah.
Of when you sit back and think, I thought about, okay, what do I think about?
Wow.
And I like simple shit like, just watching westerns with my godfather in the middle of the night.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, I'm doing that. Or like, we were cleaning the bathrooms the other day, and I'm putting Common in the tub, and she's like, it smells horrible. I said the same thing when I was your age. You know what? I love it now. You know why? Because it reminds me of your grandmother.
Oh.
Yeah. Scrub the tub. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I like having good stories. I
Why do I remember like the shitty times? And I'm a pretty positive person. I'm like, I remember that shitty time.
I remember all the shitty times too. But it's like,
What do you frame as the Boy Meets World? Like, the moment when the piano comes in, it's the soft touching moment in the episode. Like that's your life moment. That's your minute.
The shitty times count for a lot too in my personal decision making.
Yeah.
Because there were a lot of those.
Yeah.
Like, her life, my daughter's life, just her age and her entire life compared to my life at that age.
Yeah.
I'm like, by the time I was 8, I could cook an entire meal for myself from scratch.
Wow.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, she can make ramen. I mean, she's a picky eater, so she doesn't make a lot of food. But
I love this on so many levels.
So it's conscious parenting. But
God damn it!
It's Lito Machida posted something a while back. He was like, having children is a chance to re-raise yourself. And I'm like, yes.
I don't know how many people get that though.
That's the truth. Most people don't.
Fuck.
Most people don't.
Damn it. Y'all who are listening, share this with a friend and ask them to subscribe.
Please do. And you can send us some coffee.
I'm very shameless. Shameless plugs are one of my fortes.
Oh, we like you. That's cool. Plug the shit out of it, man. We're not sponsored by... We should not one of our sponsors.
Yeah.
I could buy a coffee and send it to you. Although you might be like, what's this shit?
Like, that's sort of was another step, though. Like, just having friends being like, hey, try this out. Like, this is good shit.
That's actually happened a lot.
Yeah.
Even, like, people are like, well, I like this coffee. You want to try it? We're like, hell yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Bring it on.
It's not I'm never going to be like, fuck no. Like, but you guys split?
Oh, soon.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a lesson at noon.
Good.
I'm not used to having to like drive somewhere. Normally this is at my house.
I know.
You have to split.
You're 2 seconds down the line, so.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, this could like go on forever, which is a good thing.
Multiple sessions.
Yeah, you gotta come back.
Yeah, this is like rad. I'm digging this.
Come
This
hang
is
out.
totally rad.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're friends now.
Yeah.
You can be a repeat guest.
I love this. I love this. Hey, you guys, hit like and leave a comment below if you want me to be a repeat guest. And there's way more juicy things, so I don't know. I'm like, we can go anywhere.
We barely touched the surface.
I'm just, oh my god, the space is like
Isn't
so.
this apartment wonderful?
Oh my god, I love it.
It's like the biggest, tiniest apartment ever.
I like
It's such a
literally
big space.
love everything about this morning. And not that I normally don't love mornings. I love mornings, but like,
I'm glad we could be a part of that for you. That's super cool.
Beyond. I always joke with my clients when I acknowledge something about them. I'm like, you know me, I don't fluff words. I don't say shit to be nice. I say shit that's real.
Yeah.
And so in other words, like, I can't tell you on all the levels, probably more than I know, like, how much I appreciate this morning and just all the things.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, so cool.
I'm glad you could join us.
Yes.
Yeah. Light is the New Black. Is that Brooke's book?
I think so.
Oh, I have that book.
She has tons of like little poetry books and like cool little things.
Does she do hair?
Hmm?
I was like, okay.
She's the Zohan. She cuts and styles. the
Man,
hair.
she like
And can
gets
kill you
down
with
on her
scissors.
haircuts and stuff, but everyone's like, this is my favorite haircut in the world.
Does she do curly hair? Because I'm really afraid to like ask her. Because I would love to like meet her. I feel like she's really cool.
I think she's the best.
Yeah, I've
And
been meaning to
whatever.
hit up Brooke for a haircut myself.
Yeah. This is the thing. I won't talk about the podcast. I'll talk about it after, but I'm like, quit your fucking job. She's like, where's my clientele? I'm like, oh, we got clients. Like, figure it out. Yeah.
I mean, look, she can cut hair right out there.
I know. She did. Her dad came over. She did. So
That's badass.
I feel you.
Yeah. Right now, my kid won't let me cut my hair.
yeah.
It needs a trim. It's getting frizzy.
Yeah.
I'm like afraid. Like my hair's actually because it's humid out. Like went in the bathroom, I was like, oh my god. But
Oh, you're good.
so my hair's actually with curly hair. Like it's actually like long. It's like now it's like shrinking up. So it's like down
It's
here.
getting shorter.
Yeah.
But I'm so afraid to have anybody cut it because I don't want it cut, but like even trimmed, like they're like half an inch, and it's like all it sounds like Annie the movie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I need it longer.
Yeah, my sister's got curly hair. And she's like, she's like, cut it dry so you don't cut the curls in the wrong place. Like, it gets weird.
It's a whole thing.
I'm the only person that feeling straight hair. So everyone else has curly hair. It's really weird. Yeah, but I don't know what happened. But
The other rug. It's another rug.
Oh my god.
she's just happy. She's sitting with everybody.
That dog loves people more than anything. Like,
That's how my Bella is. But Bella actually got attacked in January.
oh shit.
So I've had Bella. So I have a little beautiful mini 9-pound Dapple Dachshund. So blue eye, brown eye, multicolored fur, so freaking cute.
Yep.
Like just absolutely precious, and loves everybody and loves all kinds of dogs. And you know when they're small, they don't know. They're like, rah! But like I've had her for 6 years. She's met dogs at my old place. We had like a pit bull that was loose that like ran up on us, and I was so pissed. Like this woman, I was like, you fucking like in my mind, right? And because I knew it was a moment, I was like, calm.
Yeah.
You know?
Let the demons out.
I know. And I was like, ah. But like it's so cute because like the pit bull like sat down and Bella's like licking. I was like, thank you for not eating both of us.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I love pits. Like the guy I was dating, like he had one. And I'm like, I love
Big
you so
animals,
much.
but when
But
it's
real
sprinting
talk,
at you,
exactly. I'm
you're
like.
oh,
So anyway, so point of this is like Bella's friends with everybody, and we go outside, and I should have known, but it was a moment. It was like a learning moment for me. Didn't know that the dog was the dog walker, so I was like, "Is your dog nice?" But when I looked at the dog's eyes, now looking back, I could tell there's something a little off.
Yeah.
Anyway, I literally thought Bella was like dead. It was like my worst fear ever. Like as a dog mom, like they sniffed, and it was like this nanosecond, like, and it was like,
You can like sniff the ozone. You're
yeah.
Like, oh.
And so the dog clamped down, and I did not see Bella's head. I thought she was like decapitated. I was expecting the worst, but I was total fight or flight. I don't kick. You'd be so proud of me. Full on front, like into the throat.
You're gonna save the dog.
I literally was like, this dog's gonna die. Like not mine.
Yeah.
But I was like, I have to like whatever as a mom.
Save the dogs.
So 2 kicks to the throat. Luckily dropped Bella. I don't know.
Oh god.
Like I expected her head to be falling off. Like I had like childhood trauma coming up. So I was little. I had the stuffed animal that I used to shake like this. It was a dog, and like the dog's head fell off. So I literally called my mom afterwards. I was like, I had trauma from when I was 3 with Ginger.
But ripped off scabs.
But what's such a miracle, the reason I'm sharing this is like no marks, no blood, no nothing. Took her to the vet, no internal bleeding. I don't know how the fuck it happened, but literally I was like, but I'm still traumatized, so Bella doesn't get any dog friends.
Well,
but maybe.
they're telling us like you gotta keep an eye out for coyotes, like because obviously.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're just far enough out.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we used to let her
Yeah.
off leash, and now we're like, fuck no.
No.
Like, stomp out a coyote, like not
Check out that
happening.
coyote.
Yeah, and that's a whole different ballgame.
Coyotes
Get
are
a
gnarly,
new
dude.
rug.
Yeah, for real. And mount that fucker. After that dog, who goes after that dog? That's a nice dog.
No, you're good.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, Tipples are so strong. They're so big and strong, and like even if they're playing, like for the little dog, it can be fucking
Yeah,
a problem.
They just,
Like,
yeah, I don't know how strong they are.
Yeah.
but yeah, little dogs do think they're like a lot bigger than they are. It's hilarious.
But my Bella was a-okay. I don't even know how she was, but and I had a moment where I did 2 kicks, and then it was like old jiu-jitsu style. I literally was like, I'm gonna like break this dog, like I'm like whatever, like if I have to like, yeah. And I know, and he's like, oh my god, how can you say this about animals? Yo, when you're a dog mom,
What would you do? Like,
what would you do to save a child?
everyone shifts into that. Like, if I did it, like you know, yeah, there would be my dog. I was like, yeah, you do the same shit. But yeah. Like coyotes and like stuff like that. I'm like, no, I'm not fucking around at all.
Yeah.
Nature's metal. So fuck with that. But yeah, like life is cool. Like that's sort of like the whole thing, right? That's
Yeah.
like that's the podcast. That's the thing.
We found
Life is a lot more
the
interesting.
cool flow.
Yeah,
It's okay.
life is a lot more interesting than we all kind of are being told. I feel like
Yeah.
good conversations. That's the purpose of things, and
Yeah, man.
connecting with people. That's the fun shit, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like we discovered last week. Make your routine cool.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's cool. That was
I love this.
Like that's why I like the Chemex. Like it's cool. I like it, and I like to do it. It's the process, the ritual.
I need to coolify things.
Make
Yeah.
things cool.
make everything dope, and then you like your daily
You'll love
routine
doing
is
it,
just
yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
I've gotten way better about it because I am a rushing kind of person. I'm like, fast now, go. That's just kind of like my energy. But I've also like developed more into like like 2020 has been a big being year for me. Like,
I've worked on trying to do like the switch, like being able to go and be efficient, and then be done, and switch efficiently, and not have to like take 3 hours to wind down. It's like I switch. I
Yep.
go back.
The switch
go
is
back,
nice.
and go
Having
back.
the switch
What do I
is
need to do?
yeah.
So it's great. Tremendous.
All right. Well, that's about it for today.
Got a split ski.
Part 1.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, part 1. Love to have you
Yeah.
back.
I would
There's
love
more
to come
come.
back. Oh, there's so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we can go.
Go ahead and
Yeah.
plug anything you want.
Yeah.
Any like websites or.
Oh my goodness, I was ready for this. Well, I will say this. These guys are amazing. I met the one Mike today, and he's dope. And the other Mike I've known for 12 years, but actually 10.
Wow. Past 10, it's just like 10 plus. Why?
But like, guys, seriously, for real, like this is just like, if you love it, like it, share it out, all the things. And if you want to come play, I'm over on Instagram a lot. I don't know, can I send you guys a link and you like post it below?
Yeah,
So
I'll post it. I'll
yeah,
post
so
the
I'd
info.
say like Instagram probably primarily. And if you're here in Columbus, Ohio, like you could actually even come play in my business with me. I say play a lot because like people are like you know, I need to like, work on myself, and I'm like, yo, do this like really cool energy stuff. It's amazing, you know. And
I play with people all day, and I'm like, we play and we wrestle, and that's it.
Yeah.
So, yes, I understand.
yeah,
Play.
so come play.
Come play with us.
Come explore the links below, whatever I end up sending them and whatever they end up posting.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming.
Yes.
Oh, you're
Thank you.
welcome.
And
And thank you.
keep your coffee regular, everybody.
Peace in, y'all.